My dear children, welcome to the accountancy class. Today in this third session, we are going to study two important concepts used in accounting. They are bill of exchange and promissory note. As we know, according to Negotiable Instruments Act 1881, bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument in writing containing an unconditional order to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the bearer of the instrument. The important parties to bill of exchange are drawer, drawee, and pay. The first person is drawer. It is the party who draws the bill. Drawer must be a creditor of the firm. He may either be a seller of the goods or the lender of the money. The party who has to realize the payment will be the drawer. Drawer means the person who draws the bill of exchange. The account holder of the bank is also known as drawer. When he withdraws the money, he is the drawer. In case of bill of exchange, the person who draws the bill receiving certain amount from the drawee is known as drawer. The second person is drawee. Drawee is the person or the party who has to make the payment or who accepts the payment. In case of withdrawal from the bank, the drawee is the blank. Drawee is the bank. In other case of bill of exchange, the person who accepts the bill drawn by the creditor is drawee. A purchaser of goods on credit, a borrower or debtor who accepts the draft drawn by the creditor is known as drawee. In case of bill of exchange, the initial step is to write a draft. This draft becomes the bill of exchange after its acceptance. And the third person is payee. Payee is the person who receives the payment. In case of bill of exchange, the drawer will be the payee of the bill. If he retains the bill till the date of maturity and realize its payment, the bank may also be the payee of the bill if the payment is received by it. The endorsee of the bill may also become the payee of the bill if he receives the payment of the bill. The payment of the bill may be received by the drawer or the bank or endorsee. The payee is the word formed from the word to pay. Payee is the person to whom the payment is made. The important instrument or negotiable instrument of the company is promissory note. Promissory note is a negotiable instrument in writing containing an unconditional undertaking, not order, and unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to the order of the certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. This is the definition given by Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. The important features of the promissory note are: it is a promise. Then it is a document in writing. It is a promise to pay specified amount. The payment may be made on the demand or after the expiry of a certain period. The promise to make the payment is unconditional. These are the important characteristics of promissory note. Then the next we are going to study who are the important parties of promissory note. The important parties of promissory note are: first one maker and second one payee. Maker is the person or he is the debtor who promises to make the payment. It must be signed by the maker. And the second person is payee. The person who receives the payment of the promissory note is the payee. In case of promissory note, the payee must be the person who has been addressed in or who is its holder. The important advantages of promissory note are it is a easy method of borrowing and making the payment. It is an evidence of debt. Then acceptance is not required in the case of promissory note. And at the same time, promissory noting is not required in the case of promissory note. Next, we are going to differentiate bill of exchange and promissory note. In the case of bill of exchange, there are three parties. In bills, they are drawer, drawee, and pay. But in the case of promissory note, there are only two parties. They are maker and pay. And another point is bill of exchange is drawn by the creditor. But bill of promissory note, it is made by the debtor. In the case of promissory note, acceptance is not required. But in the case of bill of exchange, acceptance is very essential. Then bill of exchange is an order to make the debtor to make the payment. But promissory note is a promise to make the payment. In the case of promissory note, only one copy is prepared. But in the case of bill of exchange, in case of foreign bills, three sets are prepared. In case of inland bills, only one copy is prepared. Then in the case of bill of exchange, the stamps are not fixed on the bills. Payable on demand, stamps are fixed on the term bills. But in the case of promissory note, stamps are fixed. Then promissory notes cannot be noted. In case of dishonor of the bill, it is noted and protested. In case of bill accepted jointly by two or more persons, the liability of the drawee will be joint. If the promissory note is made jointly, the liability will be both joint and individual. In the case of promissory note, the maker cannot be the payee of the promissory note. But in the case of bill of exchange, drawee can be the payee of the bill. My dear children, these are the important differences between bill of exchange and promissory note. Thank you.